Trojan Sports Now.
Hello and welcome to Trojan Sports Now. I'm Danielle Percival.
And I'm Jonathan Sellers. Stick around as we bring you the latest news and scores from Troy Sports. Well, the baseball team opened up Sunbelt play at home against one of their top rivals in South Alabama. Justin McNelly recaps a crazy weekend of baseball.
It was championship Sunday for the Trojans as they tried to end their three-game losing streak. And thanks to some South Alabama miscues and some big hits by the Trojans, they were able to down the Jaguars 8-7.
Well, another hard-fought game in this series, another well-played game by our team. I thought we played great all weekend. Unfortunately, we didn't win the series at home, what we'd like to, especially when you play really good baseball. But I was really proud of our team, our young men that battled so hard today and came up with some big hits.
Trey Santos, who has been in a slump lately, ended it emphatically as he belted out 2 home runs and drove in 3 RBIs. Tyler Vaughn added an additional 3 hits for the Trojans, and Danny Collins drove in 3 more runs. And the Trojans knew they stepped up when needed.
Well, I've been struggling lately, so it felt good, finally be able to put a hit on the board and stuff like that and get some runs across and start helping my team win again.
I'm just trying to do anything I can to help the team win, and with the guys behind me, a big part of it is just getting on base. So I've got to learn to kind of shorten up and do what I can to be on base for those guys, so our big three can drive me in.
Shane McCain had another good start for the Trojans as he only gave up 2 hits, but both were home runs, leading to 5 Jaguar runs. Thomas Austin came on in the 6th and picked up the victory. And it was a historic win for Coach Pierce as he picked up win number 900.
Well, I tell you, when it means I've been coaching a long time. But, whenever you hit a milestone for me, it's kind of a reflection time, a time of appreciation for all the players that I've coached.
Justin McNelly, Trojan Sports Now.
Well, 9 unanswered runs helped the Trojans defeat Jacksonville State Tuesday night in Jacksonville. A 6-run 7th inning helped propel the Trojans to a 13-5 victory over the Gamecocks. The Trojans were down 5-4 entering the 7th, but took the lead on a Trey Santos single and never looked back. Santos finished 3 for 6 with 4 RBIs in the game, and the Trojans out-hit the Gamecocks 12-10 on the night and have now reached double-digit runs 6 times in 19 games on the year. Ryan Sorsey picked up his first win on the mound since April 2011 after holding JSU scoreless over 2 1/3 innings out of the bullpen. Sorsey, who missed all of last season with an injury, struck out 4 and allowed just an infield single.
And for the Trojan softball team, they were in action all throughout spring break in Texas and wrapped up action with a weekend series at North Texas. The Trojans won Game 1 10-8 after rallying in the 7th inning, scoring 6 runs to take the lead for the first time in the game. Michaela Hamilton earned the win in 4 2/3 innings of work. However, the Trojans did not have as much luck in the second game of the doubleheader. Troy led throughout much of the game but fell to the Mean Green 8-6. And in the final game of the series on Sunday, the Trojans were unable to get much going against the Mean Green, falling 10-2. Head coach Melanie Davis said she was proud of her teams being able to keep a positive attitude.
We were on a 6-game skid. We played out in the Texas State tournament with very, very limited pitching due to illness and injuries and so forth. And our kids could have really had a negative mindset coming into that North Texas series, but they didn't. They knew that they were 1-1 in Sunbelt play, have a chance to control their own destiny, and they're a bunch of fighters.
The men's golf team shot a 3-round score of 877 as they finished in 9th at the Seminole Intercollegiate in Tallahassee. Philip Brennan, Tolver Dozier, and Jake Tucker each finished at even par, all tied for 17th. Florida State won the title with an 839.
And for the second straight competition, the women's rodeo team has brought home the title. The women took the crown at the Boll Weevil Stampede this past weekend, giving them their second straight team victory and 4th of the season. Lainey Culligan and Kesia Smith both turned in top times in the short go of the goat tying event, giving the Trojans their 240 points, enough to edge out East Mississippi by 10.
And the men's tennis team had a tough time at the Blue Gray Classic in Montgomery over the weekend. Troy fell to 22nd-ranked Notre Dame on Friday, then 38th-ranked Nebraska on Saturday, before losing to William and Mary on Sunday. Troy's record fell to 7-9 on the year.
And Tuesday night, Sartain Hall was filled with Trojan athletes and fans for the first time in quite a while. Though it wasn't the basketball team hitting the court, there were still some hoop skills being shown off. There's a chance you might see some moves like that during March Madness, but probably not these moves. It's not likely you'd find this in the Olympics either, but these aren't just any Olympics. It's the Trojan Olympics.
We wanted to do something fun, obviously, for them in the spring semester, because there's not much competition going on. We're lifting weights, we're conditioning, we're doing all kinds of things in order to get better, stronger, faster, but there's not much competition. So we want to do something fun, have the guys compete, and be able to show a little bit of personality and that types of thing.
The Trojan Olympics are part of the Trojan Challenge. The football team is drafted into 10 teams, each represented by a member of the program, such as Team Blakeney or Team Smooth, and those teams are competing against one another throughout the spring semester.
In things such as academics, getting great grades on their progress report, bringing in good grades, going to study hall, class attendance, that types of thing. Also community service. Each team every week is responsible for getting out in the community and doing some type of community service, or they lose points.
While the Trojan Olympics is all about fun and games, these players will be taking away lessons they can use on the football field.
It's a mental thing, so that's what we need on the field. You know what I'm saying? When we close in the game and we got to win and it's the fourth quarter, we got 2 minutes left, it's all mental. You know what I'm saying? Who want to win?
From Dancing with the Stars to a dunk contest, players are able to showcase their skills off the football field. However, Beckles says what the coaches learn from these competitions is something much more important.
From those 10 teams, we want to see what leaders come out of them, okay? Who's going to lead their team? You know, the teams are made up of anywhere from 10 to 12 guys. And if we have somebody that can lead, 10 to 12 guys, he has a chance of leading, the team. If you can't lead 10 to 12 guys, then you're not going to lead a team of 125 guys.
And while the teams might not have been receiving perfect marks, the only number that really matters when it comes to team unity is 1. The Trojan track and field team competed at the Shamrock Invitational this past weekend, and the Trojans put up some impressive numbers. Nico Freeman led the Trojans and everyone else in his competition on Saturday as he won the 100-meter dash with a time of 10.42 seconds. The Trojan women's relay team took home 4th place in the 4x100 relay with a time of 46.75 seconds, and head coach Jill Lancaster was impressed overall with her team's performance.
The other athletes trained while we got down there, and they started competition right away. And obviously, they kicked things off. They're very young, if you talk about training age for a HEP and a deck. And they did a great job, a lot of PRs, and obviously a lot of things that we can work on, which is exciting. And so we felt like in 47-degree weather with, 30-mile-an-hour wind, they had a great meet.
It was announced Monday that Troy University will be the site of the 2013 Sun Belt Conference Volleyball Tournament this fall. The tournament will run November 21st through the 23rd at Trojan Arena. There will also be a banquet preceding the event that will take place on Wednesday the 20th. It will be a single-game elimination, 8-team tournament, with the winner earning a berth into the NCAA tournament.
And over the time we were gone, a legend in Troy basketball history chose to hang it up and call it a career. Don Maestri announced his retirement after the Trojans' final game of the season in the conference tournament, a 68-63 loss to Arkansas State in overtime. Just the night before, Maestri won his 500th game in his career at Troy with another overtime game against Florida Atlantic. Maestri coached at Troy for 31 seasons and was named Conference Coach of the Year 7 times by 5 different leagues. This season, Maestri was honored by having the court at Trojan Arena named Court Maestri in his honor. And Maestri was also inducted into the Troy Sports Hall of Fame last year in the inaugural class.
Trojan Sports Now.